You listened to the president speak on that day, responding to questions about Galamsey. Did you watch? You watched it? You've watched your microphone, please.
I watched it from beginning to end, and I've watched it 5 times.
You've watched it 5 times, beginning to the end.
No, yes, 5 times. Even yesterday evening, I watched it from beginning to end again. Everything, like from beginning to end.
This particular answer he gave, how were you feeling when you were watching?
On the Galamsey one?
Yeah, on the Galamsey.
I was sad. You see, you can go and play all my videos on Galamsey even when we're in power. I don't like Galamsey. I hate it. It doesn't matter who is doing it. And I want it ended. I want it to be dealt with. I remember when we were in power, I used to tell the NDC that the rate at which they were politicizing the Galamsey thing, it will come to bite and hurt all of us. I have a video, I'll share with you. And they didn't budge. They bundled everything up, mixed everything, to the extent that at some point, we couldn't even differentiate between those who were actually doing the right mining and those who were doing Galamsey. To the point that even people who were doing their right mining, they will mix them up. If you go and speak of it, they will say you support Galamsey. Yeah. I remember when there was something about Akonta mining and I was trying to go into it. Hey, you are supporting Akonta mining, that means you support Galamsey, you know. But I always knew, and I've always known that in this country, if you want to succeed at crime, get politically aligned. Because immediately the MPP and NDC get involved, you get a space to do your crime whilst they fight. And they throw words at each other. So for the NDC to have hijacked this whole Galamsey thing, make it political, and turn the entire country against Akufo-Addo, for me, was the most heartbreaking. I remember I used to scream my lungs out. I was trying to get everybody's attention, but nobody was listening. And here we are today. I am not surprised the response the president gave, because I know him. He has a history of nonchalant. In English, but nonchalant is French.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I say it in English? Nonchalant. He's had that posture about Galamsey for a very long time. It's not now. And I knew it. But you see, the MPP between 2020 to 2024, people were so angry with us that anything anybody says against us would work. Listen, Galamsey in river bodies, Galamsey in forest reserves started between 2010 and 2011. The kind of Galamsey we have today.
2010, 2011.
Yes. As for Galamsey, it's been there from colonial days. But those days, the Galamsey was the one when you go to the community, they dig. And they themselves, they go into the pits. So when we're in kids, they say, hey, Galamsey, people have died. When you go, it's not in river bodies. So it's in a community. Then they went in and they caved in. That time, it wasn't an issue because we advise you not to enter. If you enter and it caves on you, it's your decision. It doesn't affect all of us. Yeah. It was 2010 that the Galamseyers went into the forest area and the river bodies. There's a video. Anas Aremeya, Anas and Al Jazeera actually did a video. And he showed how dirty the water. As of 2010, the water was even much more dirty than what you are seeing now.
The one President Mills responded to.
That time, President Mills was actually standing in the cocoa farm, somewhere in the eastern region, when he went to see the flood in the farm. What they were doing at the time is that they diverted the river. They would divert an entire river Yesu through people's farm so they can mine. That is how bad it was at that time. The president now was vice president. He did zero about it. Until 2013, when he became president, then it became a big matter. Listen, 2013 to 2016, Galamsey was a bigger subject matter than even now. So he set up an interministerial task force to deal with Galamsey. And he told them that arrest the people, seize their equipment. So they went out there, led by Honorable Yunus Afuseni. And Atete was a member. Mahama Yariga, majority leader now, was a member. They started burning.
The late Mark Oyongo was a member.
So you see the videos they are showing us since yesterday. The one Felix Kwachofosu and Sami Demfi and Co are showing us as evidence of they fighting Galamsey. They did it in 2013 to 2016. They went out there, they were burning it, burning chamfans and everything. September 2016, the committee actually told the entire country that they are tired and that they have given up, that they don't think they can win the fight against Galamsey. This was said by the environment minister then, Mahama Yariga. He said, I have called the EPA boss, I have called the Minerals Commission boss, and I have told them that I don't think we can. Look, we cannot win this fight. Chiefs are involved, religious authorities are involved, assembly members are involved, politicians are involved. This was West, 2016, September. It is as a result of this that the Nana Danko Akufo-Addo candidate then made a commitment that this thing is a serious matter. Vote for me. If I become president, I'll put in place alternate ways of dealing with this to see if it would work. So in the last 3 months to 2016 elections, Galamsey became number 2 on the issues, apart from free SHS.
Okay.
Then Akufo-Addo won. When he won, April 2017, that was when he took his first action. So when I hear the president says that it's been just 8 months, and 8 months is not enough to... And you see the way the president puts it, he lied.
Yeah.
Again, he tried to create an impression as if it's an 8-year problem.
Okay.
So he says the damage that has been caused in 8 years,
in 8 years,
you cannot do anything about it in 8 months.
In a few months.
He failed to say that the damage that has been caused in 16 years, because it
since
comes
2010, 2011. Then it's... Can you indulge me on this one?
So the time Akufo-Addo entered office, Galamsey was a burning issue like it is today, like it is now.
Yeah.
In 3 months, he had to take some decisive action on it. The first thing he did was he called CSOs and other stakeholders, including the media, and then the outcome was that let's place a ban on it so we can put in place certain measures. So a ban was placed on it. I think the initial ban was 6 months. And after the 6 months, it was extended. In fact, that ban ran for 20 months. It was lifted on 17 December 2018. By the time the ban was being lifted, our water bodies were cleaning up. In fact, some of them, you could see the stones beneath them and you could hear the sound. I think the video, 2018.
2018?
Yes. Yes. By the time it was being lifted. In fact, it was as a result of the water bodies cleaning up that a lot of stakeholders started calling on the president that we think it's time for you to lift it. Within that period, the president put in place several policies, several mechanisms, including the river guard that the NDC, whenever you ask them what they have done, they will tell you river guard. It was there long time ago. Long time ago. So there were a lot of restructuring that the president put in place.
Okay.
In spite of all those restructuring and regulations that were put in place together with CSOs and other stakeholders, we still had these criminals still going into the forest reserves and the river bodies and still perpetrating this crime. The understanding or the belief was that we'll get back to the drawing board, work together again, and see if we can. Because at least President Akufo-Addo had shown proof of concept that our river bodies, as you see it now, could actually clean up if we do certain things.
Okay.
But that didn't happen. The opposition then, the now president and his party, went ballistic. That was the time, instead of cooperating with the government for us to try and see if we can do other things different from what we had done, which had given us results, they said, no, it is a government problem. Fix it
the government
yourself.
should deal with it.
The president said it. Actually, he said it with his mouth. That is a government mandate. Do it. We have nothing to do with it. Their communications officer, Sami Jemfi, sat on Metro, Good Morning Ghana, and said that, how can the angels sit with devils? That the MPP were the devils. They were the Galamsey. They were the one doing the Galamsey. They would never sit down with them. It is their problem. They should fix it. Sam George said same. In fact, when we're going into the 2020 elections, the NDC went into the mining areas to promise the Galamseyers that when they vote for John Mahama, they will allow them to mine. The videos are there.
Yeah.
The president himself went into the mining area and told them that, forget Akufo-Addo. When I win, all your children and brothers and sisters who have been arrested, presented in court, convicted, and jailed, I would release all of them on an amnesty.
But then
when you do this, all you are doing is that you are enabling the criminality.
Okay.
That is why I insist that John Mahama, His Excellency, is the #1 enabler of Galamsey in this country. It starts from his first term. It doesn't start from now. His posture has been one of inconsistency. So somewhere in 2021, after we had finished 2020 elections, now the same person who had gone to the pits to promise them that he will let them mine is now telling Akufo-Addo that stop chasing the Galamseyers with soldiers. In fact, he said it one morning on TV that it's not wise to be chasing Galamseyers with soldiers and burning excavators and burning equipment. He said it. Then he started turning everything on Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo and his government are the ones doing mining.
Okay.
He said that, in fact, Felix said that if MPP is voted out, Galamsey will end. You talk about what Sami Jemfi also said that it will end. Akufo-Addo then came to ask Mahama, Mr. JM, where do you stand on this Galamsey thing? Why? Because in 2013, you were burning excavators. You had a task force fighting Galamsey. In 2020, you told the Galamseyers that when you come, you let them mine. Now in 2022, going in 2024, you said that stop chasing the Galamseyers with soldiers. And then going to 2024, you are now accusing me of being the Galamseyer. Now you are saying that you stop Galamsey using AI. You stop Galamsey by banning small-scale mining in your first 120 days. So you said so many things. Where do you stand? He never responded to that question. So as at the time John Mahama came to office, no Ghanaian knew his exact position on Galamsey. So today, if he's doing whatever he wants and he's nonchalant about it, you can't complain.
You're talking about the NDC and everything, but and of course telling us that President Akufo-Addo and the NPP did a lot. Did it work?
No, it didn't. That's why we lost. For me, I don't think Akufo-Addo matters in the current conversation. Because Akufo-Addo is no longer president. He has lost. He's gone. Whatever happened, it happened. Forget about him. Akufo-Addo is no longer going on the ballot to come and run for president. It doesn't matter. What matters right now is that the people of this country are so confronted with a Galamsey menace, which you told them that if Akufo-Addo is no longer president, it will end. And it's still festering. They want solutions to it. Now, they come and ask you at the Meet the Press that what are you doing about it? And guess what the president does? The president actually confirms to the entire country that actually the Republic of Ghana is exporting proceeds of crime. Because Galamsey is crime. The president actually says that $4 billion out of the $6 billion of gold that has been exported is from that area. What are you doing? What you are telling the Galamseyers is that if you manage to do Galamsey and get gold without being caught, and you bring it, I will buy. Because the president actually said it to my utmost shock and surprise of the whole population. He said that whether the gold is coming from illegal or legal, it is our environment that they are destroying. And so instead of the money going to the private pocket, if it comes to the state, it is better. Do you know what that means? If you are my son and you're an armed robber, make sure you are not caught. If you manage to get home with the robbery money, I will spend it. How can a president of the Republic of Ghana, who is committed to ending Galamsey, ever make such an enabling comment to the Galamseyers? We are in trouble, bro. I'm telling you that this country is in big trouble because this Galamsey thing you are seeing is not going to end. It is not going to end because the president's entire economic plan is hinged on gold. And
so that you're getting to gold board.
And if he doesn't, you see, no, forget gold board. If he is telling you that out of the 6 billion is exported, 4 billion is coming from gold, you know what that means? It means that if he blocks that side, he's not going to get enough gold to pursue whatever agenda he is looking for. The man is simply not willing to protect our environment.
The blue water guards, as we mentioned earlier, they were integrated earlier in the year. The question now has been about the state of emergency. I'll take your thoughts on that. But the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, together with the Ghana Army and the Forestry Commission, carried out a major swoop in the Achumampunua Forest Reserve, dismantling illegal mining sites and seizing equipment belonging to Galamsey operators, and was conducted in Nkawie Forest District in the Ofin Shelter Belt. That was on Wednesday. And there are lots of things that were found out during this particular operation, that there were excavator trucks in the community, mining without license. All of these things are destroying our environments. And so the Secretariat seized 2 Toyota Hilux pickups, 1 Nissan pickup, and in addition set ablaze 5 Shamfang machines, 4 dams, old excavator engines, 7 water pumping machines, and other personal belongings abandoned at the site. If you're looking at this, it's not part of the fight and approach that the president is talking about.
Which government has ever come to lead this country without doing this?
I think this is just...
From Mahama himself when he was president, it was done. It is for Galamsey. Akufo-Addo did it.
So what is the solution?
Stop buying the gold from the people, and then an opposition party in the country shouldn't support and side with the Galamsey as it will end. I'm telling you, see, if Mahama and the NDC, His Excellency and the NDC, had not taken the posture they took when the Kufuor was president and they cooperated with him, Galamsey would have ended. See, the Galamseyers hid behind the NDC and did whatever they had to do because, after all, you promised them amnesty. So even if I go to jail for some 9-11 months after making money, when these guys come, I'll go home. I'm telling you, it is the overpolitics. When you go to the mining communities, you know what is happening? You can't find any MPP person talking about I'm going to mine. It is NDC. Let's be real. There are some communities where there's been exchange of handing over notes, they call it. Yes, of the Galamsey sites.
Really?
Yes. Well, we know in this country when Mustafa Bandi, the Deputy Director of Operations at the presidency, confessed on TV that some mining site that they've gone to take over, it is because some MPP people were the ones mining there and they want their boys to go and mine.
You're saying the NDC is complicit in this?
It's not that I'm saying. The Upper Denshire East constituency chairman is seen on video by reporters almost strangling military men and asking them to leave their Galamsey site. Hasn't the Attorney General written and referred the Vice Chairman of the NDC and the National Organizer of the NDC to security agencies for suspicion of being involved in Galamsey? The Akrofom constituency chairman, in fact, the Awin Traditional Council have written a petition to the president telling him that their MP, their NDC MP, is involved in Galamsey. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Now the president himself ultimately comes on air and comes to tell the entire country, confirms to the entire country that it doesn't matter where the gold is coming from. For now, it is our gold. It is our environment they are destroying. Whether legal or illegal, we'll take it. What again do you want to know?
Some say that it's just 9 months, so let's give them time.
But so, well, it's a choice the Ghanaian people have to make. If you think that you have to give the person the full 4 months to destroy the water completely before he sits up, that's your choice. But we will speak up.
So now that you're on the Bawumia campaign and Bawumia is campaigning to be elected as flag bearer for the party and then getting into the 2028 election, is this not going to be a huge thing for you in terms of, now you're saying that the NDC is not fighting this, so it means that it will be one of the things that you may talk about. What will be that Dr. Bawumia will do differently?
Well, I mean, Dr. Bawumia already outlined several things, even during the 2024 election.
Yeah.
And his plan and strategies were based on the experience we've had, aggregating or starting from 2010, and even looking at the fact that, so we placed the ban in 2017 April. By 2018, our water bodies were completely clean. It means that if we don't disturb our water bodies with the wrong mining approach, our water bodies will be fine. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason why we have people muddying in the water, there are two things. One, people are just scavenging. They don't know where the gold actually is. They know that, this
so they
town,
go to this place, do something, and then move to other places too.
That is one. Dr. Bawumia says government, under his government, would provide the data to the locals. So he's going to move the licensing for miners to the district level and make sure that you don't have to come to Minerals Commission, come and do some connection, go through some long procedures, because the people, they will mine anyway if you don't guide them. So the first approach is take the whole licensing regime to the local level, to the district assembly level. Make the data available. So you walk to the district assembly, you go to a data room, you know that in this your community, this is where there's good, this is where there's good, this is where there's good. That's a step one. So you don't go just digging everywhere. Step two, he's going to set up the Minerals Development Bank. What the Minerals Development Bank is going to do is that, listen, the Chinese who are coming into this country with Cham funds and all of that, they come because our locals who have identified the place to mine, they don't have money. So the people who can bring the capital and the equipment are the Chinese. So when you set up the Mineral Development Bank, the bank can now provide funding to this person that has identified that this land that there is good is in our land. So we own it, or I can have it from the owners.
Is that not what the NDC is doing to register the excavators?
No, that's excavator. That's excavator. It's a full value chain I'm giving you. It's a full value chain. Identify the data points, know where gold is, so we don't scavenge. That's a step one. Step two, provide them ease of licenses, localize it, so that not only the rich can have licenses.
Okay.
Because those who are doing the Galamsey in the pit, they're not so rich, who cannot afford the responsible equipment, the mercury equipment.
So they can just use anything that they can find.
Exactly. Step two, set up the bank. So that when they identify that this is where land is, and this land, I know who it belongs to, and I can have access to it, they don't go digging with all manner of tools. They now have access to funding, which can help them to secure the appropriate equipment. Nana Akufo-Addo supplied some equipment. There's a mercury machine that they can use to mine without muddying any place. So they can buy these machines and mine responsibly. When they mine, then you can now have an institution like GOLD, which the NDC has now, to buy this gold and then use it to back our economy as the party is planning to do.
Okay.
But for now, you haven't given them the mode, the ways, the strategies, the capacity to be able to do this. But you have created the market for them. So they are doing and scavenging and they bring it and you are buying. I was expecting that with the inception of GOLD and the law saying that you cannot sell your gold to anybody other than GOLD, if you are holding illegal gold, it should be more expensive for you to sell.
Okay.
Because you don't have anybody to sell
it
to.
It deters people.
So it deters people. But no, you have rather created the easy avenue now for them. The only thing you've done to them is that you've cut the price. And you are buying it at 8,000 instead of 12,000. And guess what? They are protesting publicly. They are telling that we are galamseyers and you are buying the thing from us at 8,000 instead of 12,000. We'll vote against you. And the president says we beg. In fact, GOLD, on the back of this protest, came to increase it and give them a bonus of 800 and something cedis to encourage them to sell because they started holding on to the gold that they won't sell. You are enabling galamsey. The president and the government are in plain sight enabling galamsey. We should stop beating about the bush. Then we wake up one morning on Monday and they are sharing videos and telling us that, oh, we are in the forest, 9 months. They've gone to Benny and 9 months have gone to...
Yeah.
But as of 7 January 2017 when they came to power, military men and policemen already in the
They've
forest.
been doing
burning.
that already.
They were burning excavators. So the guys are playing with our minds. Whilst they are doing all these things, today they are buying gold from them.
Do you agree with the military-based proposal that has come in?
The state of emergency?
No, well, not the state of emergency, but the plan to build military bases in these places that are very rife with galamsey.
Well, I think that a crime is a crime. And if law enforcement, which includes military and police, can be used, it is one of it.
Okay.
It is just one. I have always said that the galamsey thing is a social orientation thing. Whilst we do all this law enforcement, we must invest into social reorientation. Because you see, I don't understand why you think that a community of 1,000 people in a village saw excavators being driven to their village into a forest, mine, and you think you can always go with military to go and store. How many villages can you visit in a day? Some of the places the 9 months went to Ben yesterday, I can tell you they are there today. Because you went there yesterday, you think you are done, you are gone, they are back.
You're back.
So when the community itself is properly oriented, and they believe that what is going on is against their own self, it's afflicting themselves badly, they can stop it. In few communities where the chiefs have said no mining in my area, there's no mining. In the communities where chiefs have said no mining, in communities where assembly members have said no mining, there's no mining.
One story we did, I think it was Juma. There's a place called Juma.
They said no mining.
Yeah.
There will be no mining. So we need the communities. Because you know what the miners are doing now? They have their staff, their workers. 2 of them, their job is to sit in the community on the main stretch. So before the military
gets there, they say the best thing that...
Yeah, somebody's job, he's paid every day. So by the time you drive through the village, that's why you barely hear the miners arrested. As for the excavator, they cannot carry you to them and run. Okay? But how many times have you seen the miners arrested? We arrested close to 1,000, miners.
Were they prosecuted?
Yes. 74 of them were jailed as at the time we were leaving office. They are the ones the president now said he was going to give them amnesty. But the truth of the matter is that it is not sustainable.
Okay.
Without all these other integrated approach Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia speaks of, which includes the social reorientation. Otherwise, we are moving in circles. You can only go and bend the place and bend it once or twice. You can't do much about it. The last time we did some work on illegal mining, I think I myself was at the forefront of it. We identified 523 communities with illegal mining. 523 communities with illegal mining. So if you say that you are going to position soldiers at 44, in 44 forests, you've done nothing. See, Kwenyako.
Yeah. And I was coming to
Agona East. Have you seen their water?
Yeah.
They don't have mining there.
We went there last
none of the districts in that area have mining. They haven't even seen gold before, but you see the impact. Do you know what's happening? The mining is going on in the eastern region.
In other places.
And that is the effect.
And now the headworks have been shut down.
So we need to have a better way of dealing with it. I think that people are on the president now for the state of emergency and all those things because of his own words. Because of his own words. But I, for one, I have never been a keen believer of this whole, how do you call it? This whole state of emergency.
State of emergency. You don't agree to that?
No, I haven't been a keen believer. I think that it's the president's own party and their own inclination that is making people really say that you have to do what you say you do. For example,
because they said that when the NPP was in power, that the president can...
Yes, four cabinet ministers. Four.
Okay.
Including the Lands and Natural Resources Minister. So the understanding of the Ghanaian people is that this thing that you are saying... Yeah, because you propose it as a solution. That's why, one of the reasons why they voted against the MPP. So if you are in office and you are not doing it, they feel betrayed. Whether it will work or not, you put it across as one of your solutions. And so do it. For example, you say 8 months is not long and it's short, right? But you said in your social contract, in your manifesto, that in 120 days, you will place a ban on all forms of small-scale mining. You said it in 120 days. So we are in 8 months. At least do that one. At least. That's one you say you will do in 120 months. If you have done it, we will get hope that at least you are committed to the cause. But even the one you yourself said you will do in 120 days, which is 4 months, you haven't done it. So there is no hope.
Dennis says there's no hope. Dennis, thank you very much for coming to Dennis Miracles Aboagye.